Aliento Radio Oficial.
Aliento Radio Oficial.
Hello, Houston, and good morning, world. This is Vicky Cruz with Mission One USA and the Hero Network. And here alongside me is my co-host, Victor Escalante.
Vicky, good morning. What's next? The 10 plagues. Last week we were frozen out.
We were frozen out. So yes, if we missed that, we did post that. We could not make it out here due to the severe weather conditions, icy roads, and so we are here today.
Yes.
We are back. We are back with some exciting news and what's happening here in our community. We've got a special guest here today. But in the meantime, I just want to turn it over to Victor because Victor always has something to say. Victor.
I do. Listeners, followers, I am proud to now call officially my business partner, Dr. Vicky Cruz.
I was waiting for that,
Yes.
actually. I was like, you know what?
Yes.
Yay! Yes.
I was going to roll it out slowly this time.
I know. I was
This
so
past Saturday, she earned her doctorate officially in education. And what's interesting about her trajectory is her dissertation is on HERO, the children's program, and the theory behind the HERO program and why it's so effective and it works to help children. Starting out from pre-K all the way up to really no age limit.
There is no age limit.
Because HERO could even apply to humans, adults, that are a hot mess.
Absolutely, because Hero it's designed to break the cycle. So we encourage families. We need families. We've been in a situation where we were at a shelter once and we were teaching Hero, and the child transformed. The mom comes in. She's in a battered women shelter, of course, single mom raising child who has seen domestic violence. And within 4 weeks, the child is transformed. And the mom says,
This is a little girl that had attitude.
attitude. And before you know it, the mom says, what did you give her? Because she's transformed. She's like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. She's walking in and she is just doing her chores, waking up without being told. Yeah. And we're like, it's the hero inside of her. We just went in and we just pulled it out, yeah. And now she's a hero. And her response was, well, can you teach my other two? Because we had taught two of her four children. And we were like, no, mama, we want to teach you.
Yeah.
We want to teach you.
Children are a byproduct of the dysfunction at home.
Yes.
Plain and simple. Okay.
Yes.
In family therapy, when a family takes a child for therapy, the therapist, in good faith, generally will ask the entire family to go to therapy because it is not the child that's got the problem. It is the family that's got the problem.
Absolutely. And so what we do, like Victor says, is giving the child the hero, the growth mindset to become their own hero first and foremost, and then grabbing their skills, their leadership skills into community. And we're really excited to announce that we will be teaching 1,000 children by the end of this school year here,
yes.
2025, 1,000 students. We just taught 200.
At one location.
At one location. We just taught 200 at-risk students at Milby High School. Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
2 weekends ago, right? Yep, 2 weekends ago. And we're just excited to see what's happening and continue to happen at Milby High School. More to come. But in the meantime, I have a special guest.
A hero.
A community leader, a hero, someone that I'm so proud of because I've heard his story. Alfredo Alberto with us today is with Prairie View A&M University's Wellness in Houston. We're going to talk about the program, but we're also going to talk about Alfredo and his journey and what exactly he does. You'll have some contact information after. So let's Houston and world give it up for our Alfredo. Thank you so much,
Welcome, Alfredo.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Honored, really, to have the privilege to be here with you, and congratulations on your, accomplishment. I know that's a dream that I'm also accomplishing too, to be one day Dr. Alberto.
Hey, I know that's right. You can do it, Alberto.
Yes, sir.
Right there. You got
Vicky,
this.
our producer, is telling us that we have a caller.
We have a caller. Okay, a caller. We just got on and we just introduced our guest speaker, Mr. Alfredo Alberto.
That's fine.
So whichever one. So who's our caller? Hello?
We're waiting to
Good
connect.
morning, this is Ted.
Hey, Ted. Welcome to the Hero Network.
Hey Ted, how's it going? I know it sounds like you're on the road going and going. So just so you know, Alfredo, Ted is one of our board. He's actually a board member, director for our organization.
He's
So-
one of our biggest fans of the Hero Network.
Oh yeah, talk
He
to
can't
us,
get
Ted.
enough. Talk
Ted-
to us.
Hey, Alberto. Hey, nice for you to be on the program. We really do appreciate it.
Awesome.
Be great to hear your story.
Be safe on the road. We know that you're on the road this morning, so be safe.
Yeah, I will. Hey, last thing, and then I'll get going. Just want to thank everybody that helped out with that Millview program, the coaches and the volunteers. So we couldn't have done it without you. Nothing but love for y'all.
Well, we appreciate that. Yes, we do. And we are meeting with those coaches on Thursday to furthermore talk about the next Hero event on February the 8th. It's on a Saturday from 9 to 12. And so there's so much more work to do. And I want to thank you, Hero Ted, for all the contributions that you do for making it happen and everything you did for my graduation as well. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because there's so much driving. And I can't wait for you to get closer to H-Town. All right?
All right, thank you. Y'all take care.
Have a
Hey,
good one.
Ted, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Alberto, so let's talk about A&M. Let's talk about the incentives, the initiatives that you guys are doing, right? That our Prairie View A&M, I mean, the expansions. I know that there's so much expansion going on in the services, not just in the actual facility itself, but can you share with us the great things that Prairie View A&M is doing right now?
Yes, so first of all, Prairie View A&M Wellness in Houston started just 3 years ago, so we're 3 years young. Before there was only maybe 2 people in Houston. Now we have an entire team that is a collective of the College of Nursing, College of Agriculture, Food and Natural Resources, College of Juvenile Justice and Psychology, and also the College of Business. So we have now dispatched all of our services within Houston and also the greater part of Houston as well.
How does that fit into the Prairie View A&M ecosystem? It's like, give us the connection.
So definitely. So the College of Agriculture, Food and Natural Resources has a program called the Cooperative Extension Program, or now we rebranded and call ourselves the Extension Program.
I'm familiar with the Texas Extension Program that, I come from small towns. So
Yes.
In small towns, I think it started out as a rural program from the state, not necessarily from A&M, but and so that was an extremely valuable lifeline for small communities to really understand all of the science behind gardening and all the things associated with that particular theme.
And that's essentially the whole connection, is to have the research, the theory be practiced with the people in the community.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
So I take it that you guys are part of a lot of the gardening projects. I know there's one near St. Thomas. There's like a community garden there for, especially like in food deserts, to where there's no fresh produce. I know there's all kinds of initiatives that are trying to be launched to bring affordable fresh produce to those areas. Is that kind of like what you guys are spearheading?
Yes, so we are similar, mirroring that. And
Okay.
also working in areas like Sunnyside, and areas in different parts of Houston that are food deserts. So we're providing a service at no cost. And so we're helping, like, for example, for food prep, helping families to create recipes, give them a demonstration, all at no cost, right? And meeting them where they're at, right? At the community, at faith-based centers where there is a need, there we are.
Yeah.
So, do you currently have, does Prairie View A&M Agriculture, is there any sort of gardens anywhere that you have established here in Houston?
There have been at some schools in Houston. Right now, we're currently looking at working with other schools to create more gardens because we have to create the sustainability. We
Right.
don't just want to go in and throw in the dirt and then just walk away. What we want to do is teach those that are there how to take care of the garden so they can sustain the garden.
You guys are one of the premier organizations in the country, if not the world. I'm talking about the A&M ecosystem. Of course, agriculture. What is it? A&M Agriculture and
Food and Natural Resources. So
Okay.
that's Prairie View A&M University.
Right,
So
right.
Texas A&M University also has a service called AgriLife Extension Service.
Okay.
So every state in the United States, if they have a land grant university, has what they call an extension service that services the community.
the science behind the future of growing food is fascinating. I got a little bit of exposure, and I've seen some news stories come out of the East End to where they have growing centers that have no dirt. It's like they're suspended instead of, for example, lettuce being grown in the ground. It's being grown like in tubes, like in apparatus that require no dirt. It's like it's engineered to not take up a lot of land mass and to provide the nutrients in a very short time. It's like you're no longer subject to the weather, to the weather patterns, to the extreme heat, the drought.
Pesticides.
Yeah, and so tell us about what Prairie View A&M is doing in the area of science for the future of
Is there any innovation?
of growth.
So I would like to highlight Jeremy Peaches. He's one of our amazing extension specialists for the College for Agriculture, Food and Natural Resources Department. So that's what you're talking about is hydroponics and aquaponics.
Yes.
So we set up a system where where the fish are actually, they're providing the fertilizer for the,
Sure.
for the plants to grow, and that's essentially letting the ecosystem of that, those plants actually grow in a vertical garden.
Yes.
Right. So it's providing more food in a smaller space so that it can produce more food for the family or, maybe a community garden.
Nice.
Vicky, we're gonna have aquariums in our houses.
Why not? Oh
growing
my
our
God.
own produce.
So speaking of fish, I mean, Mila would love that. I bought her this little robo fish. They have these little robo turtles and stuff. You stick them in the water,
Yeah.
and for 4 minutes they just like fish. But I like this better. I think she would like it better to have real fish,
Oh, yeah.
and she'll just sit there and watch it and think it's real and grab it. So it's a little my 3-year-old grandbaby.
Tell us where the greatest impact has been as a result of this kind of initiative.
The greatest impact for this type of initiative has been in the homes and individuals. Really, I can speak to like our programs for the College of Business.
Right.
I want to go to like character development for a moment. When we go into the elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools, and we really help the student actually grow. And there are some, I'm talking about College of Business, and I'll return back to the question for agriculture, that don't see themselves going to college for right now, right? They want to learn a trade. They want to know if they can, maybe use their skills, use their hands. They don't want to be in front of a computer. So we teach them interviewing skills, how to do the interview, and give them the confidence to be what I like to call it, and I coined it, to be an asset and not an expendable. And I asked the students, I'm like, hey, do you guys know what the difference between an asset and expendable is? And I said, okay, an asset is somebody that I cannot get rid of. You produce so much, it's like I
Right.
need 3 people to replace you.
Right.
But an expendable is like I can replace you in one day.
Right.
And when they get that concept, what we're doing is helping them and inspiring them that they can be that, like your hero.
So not only are you then providing mentorship and curriculum in the schools, but you're actually building a bridge for those students that do want to pursue a university career.
Yes, yes. So a university career or just have a trade, but be confident in their skills and what they're doing. And the whole class might be going to college, but they're like, hey, I really like to do auto body shop. I really
Do
like
you
to do
have
welding.
certificate programs at Prairie View A&M?
We do the
degree.
the training, the degree. That one, I do not know about that degree on that part specifically. But I also want to return back to your other question about the nutrition.
Yes.
Rudy, I want to highlight my student Rudy.
Okay.
A long time ago, we talked
Talk
about.
closer.
Yeah, we talked about, sugary drinks and things like that. And that's a whole program in the summer that we did for all the students, and it was a 6-week program. And he changed his habits so much that his mom actually came to us and said, "Okay, what did you guys do? Like now he's telling me what to buy at the store and what to eat, and what
Yeah.
not to eat."
Educated consumer, yeah.
Right, yeah. And then so he became that spokesperson for the program at the time because he just saw the benefit of what changing his diet could do for him in the long run.
I mean, can you just imagine the nutrients now?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the diet, just
We are nutrition starved because of all the processed food and all the pesticides and everything. But I want to ask you a question. What do parents and the community need to know about the work that you're doing?
Well, parents need to know the beautiful thing about it is that we provide this service at no cost. So we can do a workshop, a one-time workshop, see if they like it. What we like to do is go in, like when they have a career fair, a health fair, or they're celebrating something in the community. We like to just put an expose there, have us, forward facing so they know who we are because we're publicly funded by the state.
Say no more. We're going to recruit you to Hero.
exactly right. It's like, yay, we actually can. And if you guys are interested to partnering in to do a project or what have you, we're going to definitely want to
Yeah,
include.
think about the impact of educating students of the possibilities of what is possible in their future. careers.
Absolutely. And what we need to do, just let us know or let the audience know here shortly on what they need to do. If anyone's listening out there and would like to plant a garden, that would be great. But what we want to do, because it's not just agriculture that that the Prairie View A&M is tapping into, but they're tapping into the world in medical, coming out to Houston, surrounding areas. I believe they have coaches out there, like the big transportable coach vans that you're going in. I mean, how are you facilitating these medical fairs, and what all does Prairie View offer when it comes to medical?
So for medical, we have the College of Nursing. So we don't have our mobile unit yet, but
Okay.
the mobile unit is coming and soon. And so that would be providing like free health screenings, especially right before the school starts, providing that at really no cost. I would say that for our athletes that need to have their physical right before they get training. So we're going to have that. So these are things that are upcoming, but we also typically have health screenings that are have no cost for our clients.
Yeah, there's more of that. Having have worked in the wraparound system, it's very limited to have
Sure.
resources for medical resources. And, we worked really close with our nurses to ensure that every child was immunized properly. So we would have to go out there and bring in these coaches or find these resources for families, and to know that Prairie View is, taking charge, and that initiative it's awesome news community for us, Houston. And Prairie View, although that they are in Waller.
Yeah, Waller County, but again, our purpose and our charge and our mobilization is to be in Houston.
Outskirts, Montgomery, Galveston. I mean, are you willing to go how far, or is it just in the citywide?
So right now in the citywide and surrounding areas, we're looking into Montgomery County and we're looking into Galveston.
So I know that in Houston, you said that it read that you are in partnership. What does that look like with the city of Houston? What kind of partnership is it? I mean, do you have any sort of requirements, or what's happening?
So with the city of Houston, we go into the Park and Recs, and we teach their students every single summer. So we're starting to gear up to plan and do classes there. Every single summer, we go to different parks and recs to do different type of programming that we provide for them. And so that's our charge with them. And also at their centers, that's where we also provide our services as well. And we actually were given a date, I want to say is April 15th. It was Wellness in Houston Day by Mayor Sylvester Turner. So we're in good partnership with the city as far as going into their public areas and public settings and providing them the services that we have.
So it's going to continue this year with our new mayor?
Right now, yes, we're continuing. We're doing actually programming right now.
I want to ask you about the part of the criminal justice system because that is an area that I'm a subject matter expert. So talk to us about that. We toured the A&M Prairie View facility when we went out there for one event. Thank you for your invite.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. And we got a cursory explanation from one of the professors. But why don't you go ahead and tell us what is Prairie View doing in the Houston community in the area of criminal justice?
So for the area of criminal justice, juvenile justice and psychology,
yes,
what they have is they actually have a center there as well, which is a separate center to help families, with legal issues and things like that that are applicable to the college and that can help them out with. Now, what we're doing is we're going and providing like a mentorship program, a character development program for youth and also for young adults. So at Haverstock, we've been there as a community close to the 59, and we've been going there for many years now, providing services as well as nutrition education, services that they can have access to and resources to, because what it is access. Sometimes they don't know or don't have access to certain resources, and then we don't know, they really are not able to be mobilized, right? And to take advantage of resources that are actually for them and that are, accessible for them. But if they don't have the access or the resources, they don't know about this. So that's what we do. So we're basically the middleman to provide them that hand and providing them the resources and then getting that resources into their hands.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah. And so right now with that, are there any other projects? I mean, are you current? So this is what, summertime that this program is going on, or how often do?
Well, we're at Haverstock, I think either monthly or weekly. Yeah, but that's my other partner, Miss Shannon Bloodsaw. She's a program coordinator over that program as well.
I think we met her.
I think you may have met her.
Yeah, I think we met her already.
So she knows way more. And so what I would like to highlight really quickly, though, they do have, what I think you attended was the Empowerment Summit for the young ladies.
Right.
And so we have women also, there are lawyers that can tell them about their rights, about what to, what not to do in their age range, what are their rights as far as, being safe, right? And how, when you're approached by a police officer, how do you approach a police officer, what to say, what not to say. So though there are small skills, but they're very essential skills.
Is that at the campus, or you bring those subject matter experts into the community, into the Houston
yes,
area?
and we partner subject matter. Yeah.
Okay.
When we have those moments and opportunities to provide.
So do you have anything upcoming, Alfredo, like anything happening?
So we do have our Wellness in Houston Summit, which is coming up in the summertime, and we're actually working on that right now. So we will be having a camp actually for a week with some youth. So if we can partner with y'all, that'd be amazing.
I know my eyeballs is like looking at him
And
like,
so,
hello,
yes.
like right here.
Yeah.
Like, count us in. How can we help? Yeah, do let us know as early as possible so we can look at our calendar to see how it aligns, that we can come out there and support and reconnect. I mean, we've reconnected. We've got some really good resources. So thank you so much when you invited us out there. And, so you've heard it all. I mean, is there any other areas? We talked about the agriculture, the criminal justice, or talked about juvenile justice, along with the medical resources, that the initiatives that you are working on when it comes to wellness. Was there another area?
Yes, I need to highlight College of Business, because College of Business is the one I represent, the unit I represent. And so we're providing them is college career readiness skills. We're providing them skills on how, again, like I said, how to interview, how to have their personal finances, how to prepare for the future, and how to have money for the future. Because sometimes our students, they move so fast with their money that, that's it. It's just there and gone. So we provide them actual tools that they can use and resources they can access so that they can have money for the future and have a retirement. So what I mean by that, we have a game that we do with our students, interactive. I don't like to lecture. I may talk for 15 minutes in the classroom, give you a quick story, and I have my students get moving, right? And they have little cards that say, okay, WhatsApp or a laptop or a career, a job or apartment or a house, and they all have to decide as a group and eliminate what they need and what they don't need. So then you have a tug of war. They have to say, okay, I need this, okay, I need this, but you don't need that, and then they have to present. I need a presenter. I need somebody that's gonna, write.
I love
and so
it.
it mobilizes them to think, okay, when I live with somebody else in an apartment, yes, when you move out of your parents' home, you're gonna have to learn how to have these skills and interact with other people.
Absolutely.
Right? And how does this affect your credit score? Okay, the person moves out, you gotta pay that bill because it's gonna affect your credit.
Yeah,
And
real
sometimes
life
they
skills.
don't think about that until they're like, oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. So we give them a reality check on what that looks like for them.
Where have you had the biggest impact with that particular program?
Well, we've been on campus, we've been at HCC, we've been at Lone Star. So the biggest impact I've had on that is I would say with in the schools.
And in what
because-
grade levels?
So we start at 7th, 8th, and all the way go up to 12th grade because it's more applicable.
Right.
They start to move into those areas. Sometimes parents can, they give them money, sometimes, and so they have to learn how to spend, save, and give, right? And so we are teaching them, okay, how do you steward that money in the right way so you actually have more for the future because they don't think about that.
Right.
Yeah, we had one situation like that. Remember when I was teaching we were doing the wraparound with Fawnville Middle School. You had gone out there to come
Right.
speak
Right.
to the students, and what happened was these children had no clue. They picked up a profession, right, and from that profession they had to walk around the room. They're given a dollar amount after taxes, and it was reality. I mean, it was reality that these kids were so stressed out walking around with that piece of paper and a pencil in their hand, erasing and saying, well, I don't need that car. I can't afford it. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to get rid of? They're like, I got to get rid of the animal. I can't afford an animal because the food is too much. So they're taking off and they're just like, bless their little hearts, like so stressed out. And they came back with such an appreciation. And I'm like, do you understand what your family goes through? And when mom and dad say, no, you can't have that. Do you understand? And so it is life changing, with that, it's transformation with that education when it comes to finances.
Right. So then our students then what they do is they redirect. They go, okay, do I really want to go in the profession I want to go in, or what I really want to? Because then they think, okay, what do I really want to dedicate my education to, my life to, so that I am making the amount of money that I want to make before I graduate, before I go to the college, before I'm doing all those changes. So it gives them that real, as you experienced, Nabi experienced, that place. Okay, do this now.
Right.
Not for the later, because it's like that what's it called? That it's like a sand. It's like it's running out, like a watch.
It's I can't think of the word, but it's a sand timer is what it is.
And so that's what we like to put into that in that very moment, in that very day. With all these relationships, you guys don't have that much time.
Can you
for our
tell us a
seniors.
poster child story of someone that ran with the knowledge and that now they're a huge success?
I can only share the story of Christopher Romanzar. He was my mentee. So
Okay.
we had also had a mentorship program through Spring ISD. And so he actually took that and was able to get, I think, 2 jobs with everything that we talked about after he graduated, and is being very successful in what he does, and took serious what we talked about and he experienced, because he just didn't want to be in that situation of not having enough. And that's when we got to give them that mindset of you can have more than enough, just you got a plan.
This is empowerment to put in the kids' hands the tools and the awareness of what they need to go from point A to point B.
Absolutely.
But you first need to know where you're going. So
And then go ahead.
so you can reverse engineer, what steps do I need to take to get there? What decisions do I need to make to get there?
Right.
As opposed to doing drugs, partying with my friends, when you should be working at a part-time job.
For sure, developing that succession plan for their lives, is so important. And not just that, it does build a sense of, it's a bridge for families. And what I saw in the program, what I had experienced watching such life skill empowerment was the gratitude that they left there, knowing that, their single mom or their abuelita was making means, creating, working hard to provide, being that provider, and what work it's going to take, for their future. I love it. So we too, we want to get some information on that. So, some partnerships. So it's going to be some exciting stuff, Houston. Yay.
Yes,
and so just a little bit more, of course, getting to know Alberto. He is someone that goes out and has a form of, I think you're certified chaplain.
Licensed chaplain.
A licensed chaplain. And what are you doing? How are you using your chaplaincy experience throughout the community?
Yes, and so just to make a bridge, what we were just talking about of having them have a plan of our students, I like to talk about my students, is just being a ministry of presence, right? And so it's just, I'm not proselytizing, I'm not, going down the religious route. I'm just going there, hey, how's you doing? How's your day? What's going on? And when we get to do that, I get to see, okay, what is their real need and meet that need, right? So
Preaching through example.
Right. And it's how we've
And
been
service.
In service, yes. And how we've been able to do that is with teachers and students. There have been days when teachers they just had a day. Okay, they just had a day, and they just need somebody to say, okay, let's just talk. Let's redirect, and then they go back out there. I may talk to the students, encourage them, or talk to them about college career readiness. Just do a quick talk. And then the teachers, got a little break, and then go back in there. It's almost like going into a ring. You know what I mean? You got some fighters, and she just needs a break. The bell to be rung.
That's a pattern interrupt so that you can clear your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah. And I've had many instances like that in a lot of schools in Houston ISD and Spring ISD, because it takes a lot to be a teacher.
It is a very demanding career, no doubt about it. It's a selfless act. It's almost like a calling.
Yes.
It's like you're either called to do this or you're not. And
Correct.
the ones that are not, they don't last.
Yes. And so that's where I've used my chaplaincy. It's just been there. Just whatever the teacher needs, I'll get it. I'll do it. Whatever the students need, I'm just there to be a presence.
What inspired you to go down this life's journey?
For me, so that's a great question. Thank you for asking that, because that helps to put all of this together.
Right.
So when I was very young, I had a mentor. So elementary school, I had a mentor. Middle school, I had a mentor. High school, I had a mentor. If it were not for my mentors, I would not be where I am now.
Sure.
So
We definitely like that now. Today, we like such a move of mentors. There's not enough mentors in our schools, in our churches. Definitely in a place where
In the
laborers
old
are few.
days, I'm dating myself here. That was called an apprenticeship. It's like you were an apprentice being mentored by a master, and of course you became a master in time because that close bond, the master developed a liking for the mentee, for the apprentice, and of course the master passed on all of his acquired skills and knowledge of a lifetime. And so that's what we're lacking today.
Well, we're lacking a lot more too. Back in the days when I'm dating myself, is we had a village. We had the village, and God knows we had a chancla too. They didn't play.
We rode on the ground with sticks.
Exactly. We did. We rode on the grounds with sticks. We played outside. And we actually sweated, right? Like physically get out there and just play hard. Climb every tree, jump a fence with no hesitation. And now it's like, our phones, these phones for the children.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we do appreciate about the Hero program, because we do teach our children how to stay on task, how to just stay totally focused to do what they got to do, right? And so people say, well, what do you do? How did you do what you do? I say, well, you got to be a hero, right?
Yeah.
When we do what we do, It's like you got to just drive down to be that hero. Yeah. And you did it. You did it for yourself. You did it for yourself. To hear your story, so when you were in education and you were in school, which was probably like last year, dating you because
Yeah.
he looks like a little puppy, little. And I'm just young. I know you're not, brother. It's
41.
like you're 40.
41, yeah.
Yeah, 41. Yeah. So when you were out in California, and so that's where you picked up all the mentors.
That's right. All my mentors were involved in my life. You know, they knew my mom. That was the key part. So you guys keep bringing in parents. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the key part because
Yeah.
my mom was a single mom for a time. And though I love my stepfather, he was there. I love my father, he was there. You know, they work. You know, Latinos, they work hard. You know what I mean? And that's the same kind of mindset I have. But now I'm giving my children the experiences I never had with my dad.
Sure.
So with my mentors and them, you know, helping my mom out, they were able to provide me on how to be an hombre, how to be a man, how to be honored, how to have word, how to have integrity. Those things that though she would have loved to provide for me, it just wasn't delivered. You know, when it's different when it comes from
Sure.
a guy,
A role model.
a role model, yes. And so that was what helped out my mom when I was young. So when I see that in my youth in elementary schools, and I'm talking like third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders, Mr. Alfredo, that's how I know I'm giving back.
You're paying it forward.
Yes, and I was surprised one day. I want to share a very tender story with you. I went to Scarborough Elementary. I'm there. We're coming back. We're doing our program. It's called Character Counts, and all of a sudden I feel like a little arm just wrap around me. I'm like, oh, what the heck? I was almost surprised, and it's just a young, one of our third graders said, "Hi, Mr. Alfredo," and that's what they feel.
Sure,
right?
sure.
They feel. I would say God's presence because they're like, hey, this is a safe person.
Yeah,
I can trust
the
this
experience
person.
is priceless. I've had that happen to me when kids go up to me and they say, "Can I give you a hug?" It's like, yes, come here.
Yes. It's Victor's used to like a lot of being and working in the prison system, all kinds of areas, and then working with the children. I've just seen what the children has done to his heart, and which is great. They're amazing. I mean, there's nothing else that we can do but to take care of our little babies. And so Houston, you've heard about Alfredo here. You've heard about Prairie View A&M and the exciting things that they are doing. So what we're going to do next is talk to Alberto. So we're going to go back and we're going to go back into the story. We're going to go forward because we have about maybe 5 minutes left or so, right? And we want to make sure we get all this information to you. How to get connected to Alfredo, Alberto, Alfredo, because it's one. I'm like, brother. I just call him brother. I call everybody brother or sister. But how to get a hold of brother? So, Alberto, how can our audience get a hold of Prairie View A&M? What's the best way, whether they want to get in touch with one of your services?
So we can go to Prairie View A&M University /wellness in Houston. That's going to be the best bet right now. And then also just connecting with us and the resources that we have that I'll be, sharing with you in a little bit. Yeah.
And so if they want to join, I know we need a fair. We really do. We need a health fair. I know that we can use the services here shortly with the financials and what have you. So reaching out to that email, it can happen.
Yes, and also I would give Miss Erica Abrams, which is the project manager. She's the one to reach out to for sure. And her email is elabrams@pvamu.edu. So again, it's elabrams@pvamu.edu. And I'll be sharing more resources afterwards as well.
Wonderful. And then so when it comes to the chaplaincy, we talked about that as well.
Yes.
That is with who? What organization?
So I'm a promotional officer chaplain with the International Fellowship of Chaplains with the Houston Corps. So yes, but we're all over the world. But that again, through that ministry, it teaches us just to be a ministry of presence, be where we need to be, and speak with the people that we need to speak to. Sometimes when they just need to vent.
Yeah.
So when they put out the bat signal, that's your call to go rescue.
Yeah.
Chaplains are so vital. I mean, there's
They
chaplains
are.
everywhere
They
in hospitals and our
Absolutely.
veteran system. I mean, we've always had chaplains. So, we love chaplains. I mean, I'm a chaplain
Yeah, you're a chaplain.
for LULAC, District 18, for the American GI Forum, for veterans. And but being a chaplain is definitely being a light and being able to just nurture. It's a sense of just being able to just nurture, provide the comfort that people need. And so we thank you for that, because again, in order to provide that, we've got to be that. We've got to take in and consume the nurturement from our higher power, to take in and to say, you know what, encourage ourselves. How to encourage ourselves. And so being a chaplain is being a light, and that's what you are. And not just one thing that I appreciate about you is that you are such an empowerer. I mean, when the instant moment that I met him, it was like, Vicky, getting us plugged in, empowering one another. And this is what it's about. And this is what Hero Network is about. Community is about connecting, being that bridge, empowering the vision. What is it? And that's the only way that we'll be able to do it, is through together. Together we can do more. And so with you and Alberto, what you're doing is that more, providing the resource and the empowerment all day, every day, the light that people need. And then you were talking about, he provided some good insight about how you grew up and how important it is to have mentors.
Yes.
Victor, you want to talk about what we need with Hero?
We need volunteers. We need an army, because it's been just Vicky and I that in the past year we impacted about 1,000 children. Now, Ted has joined us recently, and we're developing a lot of momentum, but we need more bodies. We need people that believe in the cause, that our future is tied to our children.
Yeah, go ahead.
That we need to empower children. Yes. We need to help them heal from the dysfunction of the family home, and we need to prepare them to lead the world, because right now our country is a mess, and we're going to go through an extreme difficulty, but this has to happen. This has to happen for people to rise up, for people to finally say enough is enough, and for people to return to self-empowerment, to protecting the nucleus of the family, and then expanding into the community, uniting. Yes. So we need more hero mentors, instructors. All you need to do is tell us, I'm on board, because we will train you. I have extensive background in the training field, and I'm one of the curriculum developers to train coaches and instructors.
Absolutely. And something else too, we've had other coaches. We've had coaches, and to all gratitude to every coach that we've had here recently in the symposium. We had a total of 10 of us. I think it was about 8 to 10 coaches, which thank you all again. As
Everyone
Ted said,
a different subject matter expert to address all of the needs of the students.
And what we also had, it's not just the coaches, but it's the partner, Houston. So if you are out there listening, just like the Prairie View A&M, who is a partner of Hero, we work with all partners, such as the Bridge Over Troubled Waters, the National Suicide Prevention. We have several partners, Crime Stoppers, we can go on to the list of resources that we provide to our children, to our families, and to our community. And we do that with partners such as Alento Radio, who is constantly, just putting us together, empowering us. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Yay to Alento Radio. If you like more information on how to get contacted and connected with Alento Radio, please feel free. No hesitations. Reach out to Vicky Cruz. Did I just say Vicky Cruz?
Yeah, you forgot the doctor.
Dr. Vicky Cruz.
Yeah.
Reach out to Dr. Vicky Cruz to get some more information, how you can set up your very own show here at Alento Radio. So with that said, thank you. Thank you all so much. Is there any final words that you have for our audience? And if so, let's look at this camera right in front of you and share your heart out, Mr. Alberto, Alfredo.
Okay. So what I'd like to share is just it's an honor and a privilege to be here. Every single individual has that spark in them to be a light for another person, to just ask them how they're doing, right? Because that can open up so many doors for healing, I would say. And that's the most important thing, is that we be there for each other. Just like we talked today, to be that bridge, to be that arm, to be that person that's just a listening ear. that can help another person change their entire, not just day, but their entire lives, to be that hand to say, hey, I'm here to help you. And that's the difference that we like to make every single day for others. Thank you.
We need about 10 million more Albertos out there,
Oh,
right?
Amen.
Yes, we do. And we need about maybe Victor's like one person and about 10 million in one right
I'm
here.
like an army.
He's like an army. He's like, oh, we just got Vicky. There's only the two of us. I said, but between the two of us, it's like two bigs, one mission.
That's right.
Exactly. So I just want to give a shout out to my business partner / friend.
Thank you.
Sometimes a work husband, whatever it takes. No, everybody loves Victor, but thank you, Alberto, for being here. And shout out to Houston. We love you. We are Houston strong, okay? Houston strong. Together we can do more. And so let's make it a great day. Victor, anything else?
That's it. Until next week, we will be bringing you more exciting news about what we're doing with the Milby school system, because we're getting ready to heroize Milby.
Yes.
It's going to be Milby High School / Hero.
Absolutely. 1,000 students between here and then. I mean, they have 2,100 students. And I'm like, let's do it, community. Let's transform. Milby will be 100 years, by the way. Next year.
Think about the power of the Greeks. Remember that Herculean army that defeated or they withheld the Persians. It's like, imagine what 1,000 kids that are heroized can do within the Milby organization, and then out through the community.
Yeah, through the community. Victor and I, we've gone out to the juvie system. We've done the shelter, after school, apartment complex, a church. And it doesn't matter. Any sort of religious affiliations, we are there. Yeah. I mean, we want to work with everyone to create Hero. Hero is about value. It's not a system where we're pushing down a religion, although we do have Hero Plus, but it's about the values and character of our students to develop resilience. And so with that said, Houston, we thank you. Follow us on mission1usa.com and
have a great week.
We love you.